Hey everybody, Justin Worden at SMTAI International in Minnesota. You're watching What's New in Electronics. My guest today is Michael McHale with PSA Systems, man. How are you?
Good, Justin. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. This show is buzzing. There's people walking around. What do you think?
It's very busy. Yeah, there's a lot of things to see. A lot of new products, and actually the traffic's very busy today.
Yeah, and you got a unique position with your company. I mean, you're not specifically only to electronics. You got a lot going on, but for those learning about you for the first time, tell us what you got going on.
Yeah, production systems automation. We're basically we're an engineering house at heart, but most of our business is in custom machinery and robotics, from food and beverage all the way through munitions and medical devices.
But that's not all you got going on. I know you got some things on the horizon. Are we allowed to talk about that? Can we introduce it?
Yeah, we do. In our SMT. In our SMT division, we obviously have Matrix and Marksman, which we introduced 2 years ago, and we're really hitting the market now. Our next thing that we're going to be foraying into, at the heart of PSA, we do a lot of manufacturing, welding, machining. So we're going to be introducing some workstations as well as some cart systems for storage, racking, and systems like that.
Now, where are you guys doing all that manufacturing at?
Most of the manufacturing is done between Scranton and Wilkes-Barre in northeastern Pennsylvania. Okay. So we have 100,000 square foot of manufacturing there. That's our largest office. We have an office outside of Philly and an office outside of Pittsburgh, where we do mostly robotics and automation work.
Yeah, that's just where your physical location is. I mean, your footprint is significantly larger. I mean, where are you covering?
Yeah, we ship robot systems and automation systems all over the country, from California to Florida and everywhere in between.
So let's stick to the robotic side for a little bit. And the only reason, I mean, that's just getting so popular and growing so fast over the last few years. I don't know if it's because of COVID and supply chain and people bringing stuff in-house, but what kind of growth have you seen these last few years?
Yeah, our robot business is probably 1,000x in the last 3 years. So really what's driving the growth in automation is labor costs. Labor costs, as soon as we hit about $20, $21 an hour for a labor cost, it starts to make sense to automate that production job.
Yeah, I mean, without going down the political spectrum, I mean, you can see it at McDonald's, right? The higher the labor cost goes, the more times you're going to be ordering from a computer, isn't it?
Yeah, and what we're finding is we are reducing staff in certain, I'll say high risk, high turnover jobs, and all that staff is being relocated to better jobs. So, the myth of robotics is replacing people is kind of a myth. We're not seeing that in the factories that we work in.
No, and you're absolutely right. I'd like to second that myth and kind of put it to bed, because it's not about replacing jobs with automation, but what it is doing is it's improving the accuracy and removing more of the human error element, because as these parts and components are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, it's getting a lot harder to work on them by hand.
Yeah, and also, we're finding the jobs that we find the most success to automate are the really repetitive, difficult jobs, picking up 50-pound boxes, 50-pound bags, things that are very abusive to the human body over time, where you have a high turnover and a high cost of that workforce. So that workforce is now being upvalued to better jobs. And actually, in one food factory that we work in, they found a significant increase in employee turnover. They're now not turning over as many employees, and they're also finding that the job satisfaction in that particular plant is much better. And that's a plant with 500 employees.
That's so interesting. I mean, I didn't expect this conversation to go that way, but it is. I mean, I'm learning a lot about the robotic side of things. That's interesting. But let's switch gears back to the electronics. I mean, what really is your footprint in the electronic side of things?
So right now it's board support. So we've launched launched Matrix 2 years ago now. So we've had good deployment there. The next product we launched was Marksman, which is a manual printer. We've actually sold our second manual printer, so we're now launching to the market there. And late first quarter, early second quarter, we'll be working on workstations and carts.
Busy wasn't busy enough, huh, man? You just keep going.
No, use the core of our 65 engineers and our 30 or so manufacturing personnel.
So if people are learning about you for the first time watching this video, how do they get a hold of you, man?
Jump on our website, psasystems.com, or look up Michael McHale on LinkedIn.
All right, Michael, man. I know you're busy. Have a great show.
Thank you, Justin.
Appreciate it.